Welcome to ABC Yoga. I'm Amy, Bill, and we will see an occasional cat. We have another week of this darkness, so that we're coming back into the light in a week. So let me mute all. We're going to get started this morning on our backs to get rooted. Extending your legs. We're going to take our arms up overhead and reach for opposite elbows. And from here, we're going to walk our heels to the right side of our mat and take our right elbow to the right side of the mat. So you're curled up in this crescent moon, kind of a banana shape. So this one's for you, Stacy. We're opening up those side bodies a lot this morning. So breathe into the left side of the body. Take a quick body scan. We unhinge our jaw. And after a few breaths, maybe taking that right elbow a little more to the right side, more into that crescent shape, even maybe taking those heels a little further off the mat, not straining, but just allowing the body to open. Let's take one more breath here. Let that go. And then we'll walk now our feet to the left side of the mat. Your elbows are still, you're still reaching for opposite elbows. You take the left elbow towards the left side of your mat. So we're in that crescent moon shape. Now focusing on the right ribs. Expanding those intercostal muscles, the muscles between the ribs. Again, we unhinge our jaw. Maybe allow those eyes to soften. Let's take another breath here. Let's let that go. We'll walk our legs now into the center of the mat. Let's release our hands towards our knees as we bend them. Reach for opposite elbows here. So maybe you're still finding your wrists very deep, a very deep posture to find those elbows early in the morning. We draw our shoulders away from our ears. Squeeze those knees in a little closer towards our chest. We'll take one more breath here. On the exhale, just release the left leg, interlace that right knee with your hands, and we're taking that right knee towards the right side of our chest. Our chin is towards our chest. So we're actually drawing that right knee more to the right side, I should say, the right side of our ribs. Squeeze that knee in. Feel that compression. Now we'll draw the knee across the body, extend the right arm. Enjoy that twist in the lower back. So the right arm can be extended or cactus. One more breath here. On an exhale, roll on the back body, extend that right leg, just shake everything out. And on that next inhalation, the left knee bends in towards the chest. We interlace those fingers. We're drawing that left knee towards the left side of the body. Our chin is towards our chest. So you feel that compression. Relax that left foot. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take one more big squeeze in here. On an exhale, we draw the knee across the body, extend that left arm, or maybe cactus it. And breathe into the lower back. Take another breath in. Complete that exhalation. Now both knees squeeze in. One last time. And we'll find a happy baby. So find the outer edges of your feet. Draw those knees in. Shake your head out side to side. And then we'll take the backs of our knees and begin to roll that back body. couple of times here. And I'm going to demonstrate just so that we're doing this properly. So a little more space. We're going to do some roll-ups into our plow. So we're slowly take those toes overhead, and then we'll unroll the spine, feet to the floor, and just extend forward. So we're going to take this slowly. On an exhale, we lift those feet up, take the feet overhead, and then we unroll the spine, legs to the floor as we fold forward. Breathing in, we inhale, we lift. Exhale, unroll, legs to the floor, forward fold. Let's just take 2 more like that. We breathe in, mindful of the head and back body, unroll, forward fold. This last one now, we roll up and over, massaging that back body, unroll, take that forward fold. And we slowly unroll that spine. We're going to cross our ankles, hands to the floor into our downward dog. Beautiful. So we pedal out those feet. Just alternating, bending those knees, really extending the heel to the floor, warming up those calves. Then we'll find the balls of both feet. We bend those knees deeply, hover those shins above the floor, then we lift those sits bones, expand the backs of our legs as those heels draw to the floor. 2 more like that. We take the balls of the feet, we bend those knees, we engage our core as we lift those sits bones, back of the legs open as those heels draw down. Last time, we come to the balls of the feet, we hover, engage that core, lift, draw those heels down, shake out that head, and walk your hands back toward your toes. So we'll interlace those hands behind the back body. Find that halfway lift, forward fold. So find a bend in the knees. Take your hands away from the back body. If this is challenging, just take your hands, imagine and hold that imaginary towel as you draw those hands away. So you're warming up those shoulders. We shake out the head. Look at the toes, spread them wide. Let's find that halfway lift. Opposite thumb on top, navel is in and up towards our spine. Soften those knees again. Crown of the head towards the floor. Draw those shoulders away from we're opening up the shoulders, hands away from the back body. Shake out that head. More weight into the balls of the feet. We slowly lower the hands to the floor. Walk your hands forward into a downward dog. And now the right leg lifts. And step it forward onto that left knee, untuck the toes, and inhale, extend the arms up overhead. So we lower that right hand to the floor or the brick as we fan the left ribs open. Right hand lifts, the left hand lowers, right ribs expand. Beautiful. Now both hands lift. Let's open up our heart, a slight back bend, a really subtle position here. Head is loose, our breath is steady. Now we'll extend the arms forward, left toes tuck under, downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Just pedal out those feet a little more. Release the head and neck, just shake it out side to side. Now the left leg lifts. Find that extension through the toes. We step it forward softly, right knee to the earth, untuck the toes, and extend both arms up towards the sky. So with that nice tall spine, looking straight ahead, the left hand releases, the right ribs fan wide. Connecting with our breath, full inhale. We exhale, lower that right hand down, fan the ribs. Beautiful. Both hands lift. Now that slight back bend. So imagine your sternum is lifting up and back. Release both hands to the floor. Now we'll step that right foot to the left. We're at the top of our mat. We find that halfway lift, a forward fold, and we rise. Sip in that breath, expand. Cactus those hands again. We open up that throat, a full inhale, a soft forward exhale. We find that halfway lift. Step into your high plank, into our downward dog. So we're going to do 4 rolling positions into our plank. So find that roll, that wave-like motion. Your chest is just over those hands. Then we roll back into our downward dog. So make it that wave-like motion. Heart reaches forward. Exhale, round, lift, downward dog. 2 more. We're breathing, we're moving. Exhale, lifting, chest towards our thighs. This last one, we find that roll, wave-like motion into our high plank. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, and just let that chest come all the way down. Left ear to the mat. So squeeze those elbows in, feel those toenails. We just lift from the back of our heart. We find that baby cobra, warm up the lower back, right ear down. We're breathing, we lift our chest, open up the collarbones, maybe look straight ahead. Now take that left ear down. 1 more each side. Hands are rooted, squeeze those elbows in, maybe find a little extra lift. Exhale, right ear down. Last one, we find that baby cobra, strengthening the back body. Left ear to the floor. Toes tucked under. We press through our high plank. Beautiful. Downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Just step that right leg forward, left heel on the mat. Come all the way up into our warrior 1. Spin those hips forward. Maybe draw the soles of your palms together. So straighten through those elbows, shake out that head, release the hands to the floor, and we'll just step back into downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. The left leg steps forward, right heel on the floor. We inhale into that warrior 1. Spin the chest and the hips towards the front of the mat. Maybe gaze up. Maybe take the soles of those palms together. 1 breath here. We release, hands to the floor. Step that right foot to the left. Halfway lift. Deep forward fold as we rise. Sip in that breath. We cactus those hands, shake out that head, full inhale. Swan dive forward. Taking our time. Halfway lift, step or jump those feet back. We find our high to low plank. Now that cobra, maybe an upward dog. Downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Just step that right leg forward. Warrior 1, big breath in as we blossom open into our warrior 2. We're going to take our hands outside our head here. We're going to open the ribs as we take that left elbow down. We inhale to center. Now take that right elbow towards our right knee. Back to center. So we're breathing, we're opening to neutral. Right elbow, right knee. We'll take it 1 more time. Left elbow. Back to center. Right elbow, right knee. Back to neutral, warrior 2, your vinyasa. Hands to the floor, right leg back, high to low, cobra or upward dog, downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. So the left leg steps forward, we inhale to warrior 1. as we blossom open into warrior two. So find that left knee over the left pinky toe. Let's settle a little further into our hips. Feel the outer edge of that right foot rooted. So we'll interlace those hands again behind our head. We start with that right elbow towards the back of our mat. We inhale to neutral. Now left elbow, left knee. Back to center. Release. We expand to neutral. Left elbow, left knee. Gorgeous. One more time each side. We're breathing, we're opening. Back through neutral, left elbow, left knee. Back to center. Open up into warrior two. Sit a little deeper. Now hands to the mat. Your vinyasa. High to low. Cobra or up dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Pause and breathe. Shake out that head. Press your chest closer to the thighs. As you reach those heels to the ground, we externally rotate those shoulders. One more breath here. Release it completely. Look forward, bend those knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. That forward fold, and we rise. Take your time. Lines of energy out through the fingertips. Let's cactus our hands again. Full breath in as we forward fold. Halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back, high to low. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Just step that right foot forward into our warrior one. We take those hands behind the back body. Notice which thumb is on top. We inhale as we find our silver surfer, crown of the head on the inside of that foot. So spin those hip points towards the back of the mat. Can you draw those hands a little further away from the back body? Spread out those toes. Our feet are rooted. Take one more breath here. Exhale completely, slowly rise. We release. Hands back through warrior one as we open into warrior two. We'll reverse on the inhale. Those ribs fan wide. Now we take the forearm on the thigh, left arm up and over. Let's reverse. We breathe in, open, back through two, forearm on thigh, left arm up and over. Two more. Breathing and opening. We keep that lower body still. As we expand, lift up and over. One more here where we work through two, our reverse, back through warrior two, forearm on thigh, left arm up and over. So take this right hand, hover it above the mat. You can find your ankle. Good morning, Ringo. Maybe find your finger pads on the floor. You can use a brick. Feel that line of energy, the pinkies towards the floor. One more breath in. We complete that exhalation back through warrior two. Gorgeous. Your vinyasa. Right leg back, high to low. Cobra or upward dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Soft eye gaze at the back of the mat. The left leg just steps forward. Right heel on the mat as we rise through our warrior one. Take the hands behind the back body, that opposite thumb on top. A full breath in. Crown of the head towards the inside of that front foot. So draw the hands away from the back body. Spin those hip points towards the back of the mat as you draw that left knee just in line with that right ankle. Let the head be nice and loose. Our toes are spread wide, rooting us towards the earth, towards the core of the earth. Take one more breath here. We complete that exhalation. From that rootedness of our feet, we rise. Back through warrior one, open into warrior two. So settle into those hips. On an inhale, we take that left hand high, we find that reverse. Back through warrior two, forearm on the thigh, right arm up and over. Moving with our breath, warrior two. That reverse, the lower body stays where it is. Back through two, forearm on thigh, right arm up and over. Two more. With our breath, we open, back through home, and then we expand. This last one through warrior two, reverse your warrior, warrior two, forearm on thigh, right arm up and over. Now take that left hand in the inside of the foot. Feel that gorgeous stretch, right side of the body. One more inhale. On an exhale, back through warrior two, your vinyasa. Left leg back, high to low, cobra or upward dog, downward dog, soft eye gaze. Steady breathing. Shake out that head. One more breath in. Complete that exhalation. Look forward, bend the knees, step, hop, or fly to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold into our chair. We expand, we lift. Pinkies towards the earth, draw those shoulders back in. Squeeze that imaginary brick. We look at our toes, taking more weight into our heels as we sit maybe a little deeper, and we bring our hands to our heart center. Full inhale. Let's take a twist to the right. Hook outside the knee. Keep those elbows in one plane. Spread the toes. Find that breath in and out through the nose. As you begin to deepen that breath, one more inhale here. Complete that exhalation. We find our way back through our chair. Release the hands. Lift your heart. Then gather the prayer to our heart center. We lift and twist. Connect that elbow outside the knee. Soles of the palms together. Those elbows in one line. Maybe take a quick look at the toes. One more in-breath. Complete that exhale. Back through chair. Beautiful. Hands through heart center as we fold. Crown of the head towards the floor. We find that halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back. With control, high to low plank. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. We inhale to high plank, Vashisthasana. So heels to the right. Stack those feet, modify. I'm gonna offset my feet this morning. Left hand up towards the sky. Finding that opposition right hand roots, left hand lifts. Now take the hand up and over. We're in that rainbow shape, fanning those ribs. As we take that left hand to the floor, we find our way through high plank and we'll come to the other side. So spin the heels in the opposite direction. Bill's modifying, taking that knee to the earth. I'm modifying, offsetting my feet. You can stack the feet. Right hand now is lifted. We're breathing. From the support of the feet, can you lift the hips a little higher? Now maybe take the right hand up and over. We're fanning those ribs. Releasing the right hand to the floor. Cycle through a vinyasa. High to low. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Steady breathing here. Slow everything down. And just take those feet into a center line. Big toes touch. We inhale the high plank. Now just take the right knee to the earth and you kickstand it out. So we're in our gate pose. So modified Vashisthasana, right hand to the floor. We'll start with that left hand up and over. the left hand up, and then take it over as we elevate that left leg off the floor. Breathing here, now we squeeze and extend. 3 more. Elbow to knee, lengthen. Last 2. We'll take this last one, elbow to knee, expand and release. Cycle through a vinyasa, or we'll meet in downward dog. Steady breathing, eyes towards the back of the mat. We inhale to high plank. Now just take that left knee to the earth, stand it out, right foot to the floor, and we'll start in that gate pose, right hand up towards the sky. So now taking the right hand over the right ear, stay here or elevate that right leg. Flex the foot. Now we squeeze in, elbow to knee, and we lengthen. Move with your breath. Inhale, exhale. Last 2. Ujjayi breathing, elbow to knee. We lengthen, release, vinyasa, high to low. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog, soft eye gaze. Reconnecting with that breath. Let's take one more inhale. Let it go. Look forward, deep bend in the knees and the hip creases. You walk, hop, or fly to the top. Halfway lift. Uttanasana, forward fold as we sit back into that chair and expand. Steady breathing here. Now we'll bring our hands to our heart center again. Full breath in as we twist to the right. Soles of the palms connect. Now expanding those hands. You can take a side balance if you wish. We're working on taking the bind. The start is just taking that right hand, finding that left hip crease, right shoulder up towards the sky. We just have one more breath here. On an exhale, take the soles of the palms back together. We reach back through that chair position, expand, and we'll take that other side. Hands to our heart, a twist to the left, stay here or open. You can take that side, the balanced posture if you wish. Back to center. Last time through our chair, as we bring our prayer to our hearts, fold forward and then split those feet at least hips distance apart. We'll find those peace fingers around our big toes. Halfway lift. Elbows to the side, release the head. Bend those knees as much as you wish. So sending the breath to our lower back, our hamstrings. Shake the head out side to side. Up and down. Breath by breath, maybe we begin to straighten those legs a little bit. So finding that resistance, backing off, connecting with that breath, allowing that body just to release, let go. Please take one more inhale here. On an exhale, we'll release our toes, spin your heels out now into our malasana. So sitting down, taking your hands at your heart center, lifting your heart. And again, sending the breath to the areas of tightness. Lick your lips, swallow a few times. Let's release the right hand and the inside of the right foot. Left arm expands, extends. And then we'll take that left hand down, lift the right hand up. Open up the hands, spread the fingers wide. Now both hands will come to our hearts. We're root to rise. So take a breath in, expand, and soften, bend those knees, hands to our heart center. We have 4 more. We lift, clear that air, soften, hands to our heart. Last 3, expand, bend those knees. 2 more, lifting, opening. Last one, hands to our hearts. We lift, come all the way back down into our malasana. Just release your hands to the floor. We'll step into our downward dog. Shake out that head and find a child's pose. Knees to the floor, big toes touch, expanding those hands forward. Slow down the breath. Let the belly be soft. Opening up the tops of the feet. One more breath here. Let's let that go. We'll transition onto our hands and knees for just a few cat-cows here. So we exhale the air out, chin towards our chest, lift the back body. Open up your collarbones on the inhale, eyes towards the sky. Exhale, we round. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. We reach our heart forward. We take our chin towards our chest. Toes tucked under, lift those sits bones. Walk your hands and toes towards the center of our mats as we unwind the spine. Lift the hands up and over into our Samastitihi, hands at our heart center. Close your eyes. Reconnect with that breath. We'll flutter our eyelids open. So we'll take our left hand on our left hip. We're going to take our right hand on our right knee, keeping that left foot rooted. We'll just open up that right knee, and then we'll close it back towards center. So maybe you can take the hand off the knee, and we're just opening up that hip, or give yourself a little more support. 2 more. Just opening it up, taking it back to center. This last time, we open, take it back to center. Now take the left hand on your knee. We'll take that right hand on our hip. Now shift your gaze towards the side of the mat. If you're steady, extend the right hand behind you. And from here, maybe find your right thumb as you twist from the lower spine. You can draw that right foot in towards that left knee, giving yourself a little more stability. And then we'll take our eyes back towards the side, towards the front. Take both hands up towards the sky, unhinge and flex. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. We bend that right knee. Find your way into Virabhadrasana 3. So extend. That left foot is rooted, and maybe we take flight. So on an inhale, keep that right knee bent. Now we lift it up. You can take those hands up, unhinge. We flex again. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. We bend the knee. One more time. Virabhadrasana 3 on this side. So whatever's available for your hands, maybe you can reach your hands forward or taking flight. You can always take your hands on your hips or in prayer position. From here, we'll lower our hands now to the floor. Your version of a standing split. The right toes up towards the sky. Maybe take one hand on that left ankle. We're going to walk both hands towards that left ankle. Finding that balance. One more breath here. On an exhale, with control, just lower that right leg next to the left. We bend those knees as we just unwind that spine. Head is the last thing to come up. We'll expand the arms up overhead as we bring our prayer to our heart center, Samastitihi. So now the right hand on the right hip, and we'll take that left hand on the left knee. And again, we're just opening that knee to the side. So maybe the first few you keep that hand on the knee for stability, or maybe then just take it off and see if you can open up that hip. And then we'll take one more. We're opening, take that knee back to center. Now you take the opposite hand on the knee, you can take that left hand on your hip. So see if you can draw that left foot in towards the right knee, a nice tall spine. From that stability, we just shift our eye gaze towards the side of our mat. From here, maybe extend the left hand behind you, and after a few breaths, see if you can find that left thumb. Finding that breath. And we'll shift the eyes towards the side of our mat again. We take it towards the front. We unhinge that knee. We pulse without leaning back. 5, 4, maybe the legs lower, it doesn't matter. 3, 2, but we're warming up that core. We bend the left knee. We hinge forward into Virabhadrasana 3. So level off those hips. Maybe expand. I wish I could do a screenshot of all of you. Look like angels flying. Beautiful. So now we lift that from the knee. Take the hands up overhead. And again, unhinge the foot. And we flex. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Bend the knee. One more time. Virabhadrasana 3. Reach your heart forward. Maybe expand. Can you lower that left hip point? The hips are level. Now we'll take our hands to the floor for our version of standing split. So soften the right knee if you need to. Shake out the head, take the head out of the posture. Maybe you take your right hand on the back of the right ankle. I like to draw the forearm in towards that calf. It gives me that firm foundation, and then maybe walk the left hand towards that right foot. Maybe play your balance. One more breath here. As you slowly lower that left leg in line with the right, a deep bend in those knees as we unwind the spine. Take your time. Expand. Lift your heart. Samastitihi, hands at our heart center. So we've really been opening up our hips. So we're all set for our figure 4. So we lift that right knee. And we take that right ankle on the left thigh. So hands can come to our heart center as we begin to bend that left knee. Taking any version you wish. If you want to take your hands to the floor, work on the balance, look straight ahead. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. Complete that exhale as you rise. We'll lower that right foot to the floor. Shake out that energy. And we'll take that last side. Figure 4. So when we're lubricated, we opened up that hip, that left ankle on the right thigh. Hands can come to your heart. Bend that right knee. Lower those hips down. Sinking. Those hips are lowering. The upper body is still lifting. So find that opposition. 1 more breath here. Really beautiful. Then we ride up. We release. Let's shake it out. And we'll split our feet the length, one length of our leg, our toes turned in slightly. Let's extend the arms up overhead and melt forward. Soften those knees, hinge your hips back. We'll take those fingers in line with our toes, crown of the head towards the floor. So finding that, allowing gravity to just take the crown of the head towards the floor, creating a little more space in our spine. Taking your hands behind you, you can find the outer edges of your feet. Just a few more breaths here. Opening up the backs of the legs. On an inhale, take those hands in front of you. We'll take the left hand to the floor, right hand up. We twist and lower that right hand down. Inhale that left hand high and just twist from the spine. One more each side. The left hand lowers, the right hand lifts. And then our right hand lowers. Our left hand lifts one last time. We'll lower the left hand down. Now taking both hands on our hips, come all the way up, use that core. And now we'll just twist our heels in, finding our goddess. So one more time, we interlace those hands behind the back body. Settle into those hips. We'll take the right elbow towards the right knee. We lift and come to the other side. Now we'll twist to the right and we twist to the left. Right elbow, right knee. Left elbow, left knee. We twist and twist. We have two more. Breathing, playing our edge, twisting, letting go. Last time, right elbow, right knee, left elbow, left knee. We twist, we twist. Let's just release our hands out to cactus on the side, and we'll find that right heel lifted as we pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, right heel down, left heel lifts, pulse. We keep that left heel lifted, add the right, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, heels down, lift the legs, release the hands. We heel toe those feet together. Beautiful, we'll step at the top of the mat. Hands at our heart center. Taking a vinyasa, a full breath in. We melt forward. Halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back. High to low plank. A cobra or up dog. Downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Take that right foot outside the right hand into our lizard. We'll drop the left knee to the earth. Untuck the toes. And find the outer edge of that right foot. So after a breath or two, maybe we find our forearms. Use a brick. We have 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. Let that go. As we walk that right foot across the mat into our pigeon. Right knee to the floor, left toes behind us. Take your hands forward, forehead to the tops of your hands. Let go. Keep tracing that breath in and out through the nose. We take 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. Release that completely. Lift your heart, walk your hands closer to the body. You stay here or bend that left knee. You can take that left hand behind and reach the heel in towards your bottom. You spin your chest towards the front of the mat. We have one more inhale. Let that go. Release. Toes tuck under. Cycle through a vinyasa, or you'll meet in downward dog. So just take your time. From downward dog, we lift the left leg and step the foot on a 45-degree angle outside the left hand into our lizard. And drop the right knee to the earth. And find the outer edge of that left foot. Those hands should be directly underneath your shoulders. And after a few breaths, maybe find your forearms. Soften that breath. Two more breaths here. We take a final full inhale. We let that go. And then finding our pigeon on the other side. So walk the left foot across the mat. Left knee towards the left thumb. The right leg extends. Walk your hands forward. We'll settle in here for about 5 breaths. So notice where the weight is. See if you can draw that right hip point to the floor. Allow the left outer hip to open, to release. Just noticing those sensations. We have 2 more breaths. A final full inhale. Please let that go. We lift our hearts, walk those hands in. You stay here. Maybe bend the right knee. Or maybe take the right hand, draw the heel towards the bottom. Any version you like. You spin your chest and hips towards the front of the mirror, front of the space. With control, we release. Just step the right foot back and we'll step into downward dog or take a vinyasa. From downward dog, let's take our knees to the floor, cross your ankles, and we'll roll onto our backs so we can find some bridge or full wheel. So we'll do 2 this morning. So maybe starting off with bridge or start with full wheel if you wish. We turn our palms up towards the sky. From here, imagine those shoulders are pinned to the floor. We lift our hip points. Engage the feet in this posture. The legs are doing a lot of the work. Option to support those hips. Chin towards the chest. Root the feet and lift the front body a little higher. Engaging the hamstrings, the glutes. Energetically squeeze that brick in between those knees. Engage that core. Then unwind the spine. Take your time. Those knees can kiss. We take our hands on our belly. Lick your lips. Clean your teeth. Swallow a few times. Rock your head side to side. Now we'll open up our knees. Bridge number 2. Take any version you like. We're going into full Urdhva. So fingers underneath those shoulders, elbows hug in. We come under the crown of our head, root the hands and the feet, opening up that spine. Chest is pressing towards the front of your mat. Shake out that head, maybe straighten through those elbows, walk your feet a little closer. We have 2 more breaths here. A final full inhale. Let that go. Then chin towards your chest. Slowly unwind the spine. We open up our knees, our soles of the feet together, a hand on our belly, a hand on our heart. Slow down that breath. Take 2 more breaths here. A final full inhale. Let that go. We'll take our hands outside our knees and just keeping those feet hips distance apart. You can cactus your hands. We'll just windshield wiper the feet slowly so that left knee is reaching towards the right inner heel. Then the right knee in the inside of the left heel. So feel that gorgeous stretch. Slow it down as you windshield wiper a couple times each side. And we'll finish this last side. Both knees up towards the sky. Lift the feet and we'll rock backwards and forwards a couple more times into that seated position. Hands support by your hips. We'll take the right foot in the inner left thigh. So we're in that tree position. Sits bones root, arms extend overhead. Left foot is flexed. A slight twist to the left as we lengthen over that left leg. So bend the left knee as needed. Relax your face. Breathe into the back of the body. Allow the shoulders to soften away from the ears. Relax that jaw. Inhale, we lift our heart. Now take the heel into that elbow crease. We've done a lot of hip openers here. We rock the hips side to side. And just take that right foot outside the left knee. You can keep that left leg straight. Left hand high as we take that elbow outside the knee and we twist over that right shoulder. So we lift our heart and we twist. We lift and twist. One more inhale through the nose and we twist and find that counter twist in the other direction. Right leg extends, shake them out. And we bend that left knee, take the left sole of the foot in the inner right thigh. Find those sits bones, extend the arms up overhead. The right foot is flexed. Before we fold over, twist a little to the right. Imagine that belly button coming to the top of that right thigh. We lengthen over. We soften that knee as much as we need to. Take another breath here. Let it go. Lift your heart. Now we take that left heel in that elbow, right elbow crease, and we open up the hip one more time. A tall spine, sits bones rooted, our heart is lifted, and we'll release that left foot outside the right knee. You can keep that right leg extended. You can always fold it up. Right hand lifts, elbow outside the knee as we twist. Inhale, lift, and twist. In breath, out breath. 2 more. We're expanding, softening, and twisting. 1 more inhale. We twist. Take that counter twist. Unwrap the legs. Bend both knees. Hands 6 to 12 inches behind you. Our feet root. We lift our hips. Gaze down the front of the body. Let that head be nice and loose. Hands and feet root. Lift that front body a little higher. And we take our bottom to the floor. Extend those legs. Now our deepest forward fold of the morning. We inhale and forward fold one last time. Imagining that forehead reaching towards your toes. Keep the posture safe. Bend those knees as much as you need. 2 more breaths. Final full inhale. We let that go. We lift our heart, extend those arms forward, roll that back body on the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Settle into Shavasana. Just let go. We find that next incoming breath. Sigh it out, let it go. Just swish your feet in and out. And twist your wrists in one direction and the opposite direction. And shake your head side to side. We'll reach our arms up overhead, stretch out through the toes. And then we squeeze those knees in towards our chest as we find either side of the body. Roll into that tight ball. Find a few breaths here. As I invite you to slowly transition into a comfortable seated position. Eyes soft or closed. Sits bones root. Inviting your hands to your heart center as we bow our forehead to the tips of our fingers. Acknowledging your practice. And from our rootedness, allowing ourselves to flow with mindfulness throughout the rest of our day. We'll seal class off with one beautiful Om. So sip in the inhale. Om. The light within me honors and recognizes the light within all of you. Thank you for sharing your practice. Make it a great day. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Nice to see you. And